Hi, I'm Greg Adamore, your host for Experts of Southern Nevada. I'm your real estate coach, and today I'm very happy to invite a special guest, Ari Roker, who I've had the pleasure of working with, and has been a great blessing. And as they call me, the real estate coach, I like to say I found my quarterback. I found my team leader here. He's been a great help to me in delivering great service to my clients and helping me with my websites that in the direction we're going with our technology. So I'd like to introduce you to my partner and my good friend Ari Roker. Welcome, Ari.
Thank you, and thank you for inviting me on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Yeah, that maybe you want to tell them how we met briefly. And,
sure.
Yeah.
Well, a partner of mine. We looked at your website and we came up with some ideas on how to improve, websites. He's very technically inclined, and I'm good with people. I'm a salesperson, and not so bad myself.
Yeah.
When we came to your office, and you were actually one of the first few people that we pitched to, and I had a feeling about you because you were so honest, and you were so patient and humble. And you don't see that every single day. You don't meet someone that just sticks out like that. And I really trusted you. So when I came back a second time, I definitely thought that, I have this one. He's going to be, one of our first clients. And you know what? I just believe that God took it a different direction.
Yeah,
and I believe that God opened the door. And when you offered to teach me about real estate and seeing that I had some qualities that might be better, it might be good for me to look into some other things and be open-minded. I realized that I think that was my calling to be open-minded and try something new.
Yeah,
and I trusted you, and it's been a great experience. It's been such a great experience with open houses and meeting families and meeting people and seeing how, that magic moment when people are about to have a home, what it's like. It just felt awesome. Awesome.
Oh yeah, I know at the first open house that you did with us, I think Joe and Josephine, who did a testimony on our website, and a little plug for the bestlasvegasrealtor.com. It's about to become a lot better with your help, because obviously a lot of old school realtors like myself are more people oriented, but with today's technology and with the type of help that you can bring to the team, like I said, it's like having a Peyton Manning quarterback or Drew Brees or something here. So we have a lot more services that we can collectively offer to help people together. So synergizing our energies, our resources, and the will to help people and the love of people to help people, I think that we're going to form a great alliance. And where do you see us in a couple of years?
Having a staff to where we can, and maybe even teaching people, maybe teaching at a college or something, because one thing that I noticed and really appreciated was seeing, when I walked into your office, I saw so much work that you were doing, and it seemed like you did so much. Kind of like, let's say, if we're talking about football, you were not only coaching, but you're also warming up. You're also running. You're also writing down the plays, and then you're also in the game. And to be able to have one person to do all that, it shows, your work ethic and how wonderful you were raised and how wonderful you are as a person. How, I believe you have God touched you in that way, to where you are who you are, and it's amazing that and it also shows when I meet other people that know you. Everybody's touched when they meet you, because you're such a great person. And I'm very grateful that I can be a part of that team.
Oh, you're more than a part to it, and I'm humbled by your compliments. Thank you so much. I feel like I have a genius or a computer, because I know that the guy that came in to help us with our marketing last night and help us with our database was very impressed. Not just with how well you absorbed and integrate the information, the technical information, but how persistent you were in getting him to show up at the meeting. And of course, just like that, we utilize his knowledge. So we're always looking for, quality people with a heart to serve people that want to take it to another level. And I'm equally blessed and honored to have you as a key part of our team. And as we grow, look forward to having a lot of fun and seeing a lot of smiles on our clients' faces.
I definitely believe it's a journey, where you are such an expert. You're a mogul in so many areas, and I have some things that I'm good at, but I'm so young. I'm like a baby. I just feel it's really good where we can both learn and grow together. you know. And I'm so grateful that I have someone to look up to, and you know, and to ask questions, and who is patient to be able to teach. You know, that you don't find that every day. So I'm very grateful to be a part of this team. And I think being a team, we're going to be helping other people so much, because so many people feel lost, you know, with, you know, finding homes and pressures, and you know, and being, you know, foreclosed and things of that nature. To be able to have people that they can trust, I think that's going to be our best gift in the world, that we can share our experience, our strength, and our hope to them, and help them in the best way possible.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing to offer encouragement to people that are recovering or on their way up, who work very hard, maybe have trained themselves, educated themselves, and maybe they didn't get what they expected out of their education or their journey, and maybe the Lord's going to take them in a different path. So sometimes we have to realize that the source of all the good things comes from above, and
I agree.
And then in serving one another and helping one another, we really are standing tall. You know, so I think someone once mentioned that. I think that the tallest, when you're on your knees praying, is when you're really standing the tallest, or you're helping people. I forgot how the cliche went, but our union together, I think, was meant to be. I don't really think coincidences happen, and I do think the combination of my experience, your enthusiasm, both of our college educations and stuff will synergize and just produce better service and better results for the clients that we're blessed to serve.
I agree. I definitely agree.
You were educated in a university that's well known throughout the university?
Yes.
Throughout the world?
Throughout Johnson & Wales. I also was in the military as well. And I can say that I owe a lot of my positive attitude and my work ethic to my mother. She was a very she's the most hardworking woman I've ever you know met. Of course, the mothers are always, you know, the top of the line, but my mom really helped me, and by sticking by me, and even sometimes saying no was some of the best things. You know, by saying, you know, no, you know, and that taught me that I needed to, you know, learn to take responsibility and look at other things, look at other avenues, be open-minded, not closed-minded, not, you know, and take chances, take risks, and also definitely with my communication, being able to communicate with people. She was head of PR for Sonesta Hotels for several years, and she's very good with people. She's very patient, and I think that it was instilled in me. Of course, she's very organized, and that, you know, all these strengths, I definitely think I got them from her.
Oh, that's a wonderful thing. You know, there's a lot of beautiful women, but God only gives us one mother. And what's your mom's name? Let's give a shout out.
Deborah.
Deborah?
Yes.
Okay.
Deborah, which is actually a judge in the Bible. It's very well named judge that people used to go to for advice, because she was very smart and very kind, very patient.
And that's a wonderful thing there. And she has done a good job, and we thank Deborah for doing that. And we're reaping the benefits of it. And she sent you to private schools, or? Yeah.
Well, when I was younger, I started with like a Montessori, which is very. It's a school that focuses on using, you know, different senses, your, you know, arts and stuff like that, to be able to, you know, touch things and putting things together, you know, when it comes to math, you know, all the different subjects. So it was a really good learning block for me. And then, of course, Antilles, which is a little bit more of a preppy, but very good education. Those are the two, I guess, building blocks that helped me in the beginning.
Oh yeah. There's nothing better than to nurture our young ones, and we all want our children to grow up and be successful and have lives where they're content.
Right.
And part of that process is, you know, obviously they work hard and they want to get a home. Most people, it's the American dream to have a home of your own, maybe be able to have a family if that's what happens, and provide for them. We all, as men and women, want to provide for our families and nurture them. And so I give a shout out to my mother, Frida Adamore, who, like your mom, instilled everything in me and helped me go to college, and, you know, student body president, went to college and started a newspaper, and I was able to stay home and not have to work and go to school all the time. And of course, she didn't say no that much, but when she did, she meant business. So, you know, your moms out there, Mother's Day's coming. We just want to salute y'all and wish you a happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, so I look forward to meeting her, and we'll have to send her a tape of our TV show.
Yes.
I look forward to meeting her.
And she, you know, one of the things that she said when I told her about you, when I first met you, I said, well, Mom, it's kind of funny. I was in there to pitch in my spiel to him. And she said, you know, everything happens for a reason, you know, and it's true. Everything happens for a reason. I believe that. I believe that when I make plans, God laughs.
Yeah, yeah. Thank God he has a good sense of humor, doesn't he? That is cute, and I've been blessed to have 4 sons, and for quite some time, viewers may not know, I was a single father raising 4 boys by myself, so learning to be a multitasker was a necessity, kind of baptism under fire. You just had to go to work. So being in real estate has always been good because I could have an office at home. And so I have four wonderful children, and I'm blessed to have a beautiful wife, and together we have grandkids. So as life goes on in the journey, like you said, it is really not coincidences, and God does laugh sometimes when we try to lead. He likes to, remind us that He's in control of our fortunes, and wealth is so much more. Fortune is more than money. A lot of people sometimes get it mixed up. I think success is being who you are, living your life within the plan that God has for you, and being receptive to changes. You have to be able to think on your feet, and like you said, go a different path. You may come in with one spiel,
right?
And, one door will close, step through the open door, and life's about opportunities. What we do as realtors is we provide service to help them fulfill their goals. If they need a sanctuary or a tax write-off or a property that maybe they want to buy now, and they have young children, or they plan on having children. Maybe by the time the kids grow up, the equity of that home could pay for a good education.
That's right. That's right.
And you said you were in the military?
I was in the Navy.
Where you were stationed abroad?
In Yokosuka, Japan.
Oh, so you had a chance experience of different cultures?
Different cultures, right. Which definitely teaches you to that there's other ways of thinking, and there's other ways of behaving. And I think that helped me later on. I didn't utilize it at that time, because I was very young. I was 18 at the time. Mm-hmm. But later on, I realized how wonderful integrity is, and how wonderful honor is, and mm-hmm. being honest, and not only doing something that is right, but also enjoying, what you're doing it for, not just looking at the outcome. And it's very important for us to realize that, it's not about the end result. It's actually enjoying the journey and going through that journey, and going through that learning experience. One thing I had a good friend of mine say to me was he doesn't believe in mistakes. He believes that everything happens for a reason, so that mistake is a learning experience. And if we look at it through the positive aspect, we're gonna get it. And that's one of the things we were talking about with Joe when at the open house. He had a lot of fears about what can happen with this house, because he knew it was such a good deal, and he knew it was such a beautiful house and such amazing floors, such amazing things, so many wonderful things with the house. He started fearing some things, and I told him, Joe, I know you're the man of the family, but don't forget that everything happens for a reason. That's right. You're gonna get this house. You got to think positive, and remember that don't take all the pressure. You don't have to take it yourself. You can express it. Right. You're not alone. You have other people you can go to. You have someone you can talk about. And I think that comforted him enough to realize that what, I'm normal. That's right. It's normal to have fears.
Oh, exactly. And it's you're wise beyond your years, and again, it's a blessing to have you as my quarterback, and for the coach and disciple you, because you have an eagerness to learn, eagerness to help people. And my mom, Frida, as I mentioned before, she taught me the word realtor, just be real, and you don't have to fabricate or worry about what you said. You just have to really understand what your client's needs are. Sometimes we have to discern what our client's needs are, and they don't even know what to ask for, but we know already, what's going to be important to them in the future, and how we're going to protect them. Like automatically, just for years, I know automatically to homestead a home, it protects the equity in the seller has in their home. If they were to get lawsuit, maybe they have a teenage kid, gets in a car wreck. Well, all of a sudden, if they're living at home, maybe somebody sues them and takes their home away. But having a homestead will protect a homeowner up to $500,000. So it's only like $20 to record a deed, a homestead, if it's somebody's primary residence. Little things like that you offer to people like Joe and Josephine, give them the peace of mind and bring down that anxiety level. Give them the peace of mind level where they can enjoy what they're doing.
And what they have.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun about our business, is being able to help people who've struggled or didn't think that they could do something, and they finally arrive. And everybody has a little different motive, but it's nice to be a part of that process, and definitely think that you'll be great in this business because we care about people. And you have sensitivity. I guess when you were in a cruise line, you worked with the public a lot, and
yes.
You deal with some angry folks, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, actually, when I first started that job, I started in sales. And sales was very tough because you're pretty much asking someone who already has a certain mind or has a certain life to that your idea or that your new product and whatever the case may be is what's something that they should experience. So I felt I was very uneasy about it, and it's funny. I went to visit my mom because we didn't live too far. I didn't live too far away from her. I said, "Mom, this is hard. I don't know if I can do this." And she said, "Well, can I give you a suggestion?" I said, "Sure." She said, "Stick it out for 1 year. Just 1 year is all I'm asking." So I said, "You know what? It can't hurt." And I made that commitment to myself. And within a year, I was promoted 3 times. And I realized that it's about your attitude. And of course, you know what? We're supposed to have fears. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's what we do with those fears and how we look at it and how we look at ourselves and how we look at our relationship with our higher power, with God, and how we change our, small certain things that we didn't think were the right way to do it or the right way to say it. If we look at it differently and say, well, what would my friend say, or what would my teacher say, what would my my priest or rabbi or mentor say, or my mom say, and how would they do it? And then when you look at it and you step back and say, you know what, I can do this, or let's try it. You learn.
All things are possible. Right?
You learn and you grow, and I just rose, and it ended up being towards the end where all the bad calls. I asked everybody to call. Listen, if you have a bad call, if you're having a bad day and you're having a call that's stressing you out, give it to me. Bring it over to me, and I didn't ask for their commission or anything like that. I took the call and I enjoyed it because people are people, and what we eventually learned to grow is that we're only doing the best with what we have at that time, and if you're able to recognize that in that person as well, then you understand where they're coming from, and when you can put yourself in that other person's shoes. That's when we're going to grow. You're going to grow the most.
That's right. And that comes back to our heart of compassion and gaining perspective. See, one of the things that's nice that that I can offer to my clients as well as having you on our team is understanding people and serving people is what we do. We're in the knowledge business. We need to sort out the accuracy in the information that people are discerning to see that they're getting honest information and helping them make wise choices. We do coach people. We try to help them, and I like my son Abraham is my youngest of 4 boys. He's a Gracie jiu-jitsu, the gentle art. He's a grappler, but he said his master, Mr. Gracie, said that you either win or you learn. There's really there's no losing. You just learn or you win, and isn't that true? That's true,
and a lot of times winning is looking back at your whole journey and realizing, well, I may not have been at the part where in the beginning I wanted to be, but guess what? Look at where I am now. I'm a lot more richer with those lessons and those things that I was able to grow and learn and put in effect.
Sure.
And then, of course, the best thing, in my opinion, is when you get to that plateau, you realize that nothing is yours. I mean, if you try to keep it,
right.
We only keep it if we give it away naturally. We give it away to other people, our strength, our hope, our experiences, and we share it. We share that knowledge. We share those experiences, and then we're really, in my opinion, that's how we let God in our lives.
Yeah,
when we share it.
And you say for a little while you volunteered with the homeless, feeding them.
Yes. Yep.
That must have been a rewarding experience.
Yes. Well, I originally got the idea because my mother met an incredible man, Bruce, who he volunteered at a soup kitchen.
Oh.
And I realized, look at this wonderful man my mom just, found. And he was, he has such a humble way about himself. And then, of course, he can make some great jokes that are pretty, if you don't catch it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I realized that, I think it's about giving. And when you give to other people, you can look at your own, stressful time limits or stressful bill or whatever that you have. And you look at it and say, you know what, they're not so bad, because you get out, it takes you out of yourself. And then when you see the joy and how you fulfill someone else's needs and you're there for them, that's the biggest gift in the world.
Yeah.
So
it says, Scripture says that the Lord loves a cheerful giver, and it's wonderful to sometimes surprise someone with an act of kindness and having the heart of a servant, and being in the type of service industry that we are, our community is made up of a lot of service industry employees. Sometimes they don't get appreciated. If you go through a drive-through, some people working minimum wage, you give them $1, they almost, their hat falls off. They just don't know. There's like nobody showed them any gratitude or appreciation. Sometimes people are in a hurry, like you said, they're thinking about the problems of the day. But gaining good perspective is really important in what we do in any endeavor. And I think we're put in a place right now where, as you said earlier, there's just not coincidences. People call me, they may have found me in a business directory or referral or an internet or someone you referred to me. And referrals, I said in an earlier show with our host Dale Davidson, 70 or 80% of our business. That's the heart of our business. We want our clients to be happy. We want to help them in their pathway and in their journey to where not only did we just get them the best service, the best buy, the best advice, but we treated them with dignity, showed appreciation for the opportunity to help them, and really enhance their life and try to make it enjoyable. Like Joe and Josephine, his anxiety level, he's
a New Yorker. That's right. He's a New Yorker.
Yeah.
And a lot of people forget that it's about communication, and that's something I think that we're both as a team can bring so much. Because we're not going to just email, or we're not just going to leave messages or ask them to leave messages. We're actually going to call them. We're going to be there. So, like I said, I love giving out my phone number because I want them to give me a call. I don't mind. You can wake me up at 3 a.m. and say this is what your fears are, because I know the next day when we're at work, I know that you woke up, that morning with a little bit, some load off your chest. And sometimes we need that. We need that, as people to be able to connect. So I think we're going to be able to be so magnetic, and we're going to be able to, go so far beyond our dreams. And that's why I didn't step in with any expectations coming to work with you, because I believe with high expectations is low serenity, low peace within yourself, because I believe that it is in God's hands. I do believe it's beyond us. And just the few people that I've met, through you and with you, I know that we're helping. I know that they're excited and they're proud.
Yeah.
And they realize, what, I've earned this. I do deserve this. And to be able to help someone reach that goal, you got it. That's more fulfilling than a paycheck.
Oh yes, it is. Yeah. Money may come and go, but the smiles, the hugs, when they invite you over for lasagna, that's a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
It's nice to invite you into your home. They're anxious to have you come over, introduce you to their friends, because you are a trusted professional. You've earned their trust, and it's about earning the trust. Today's world is brought about either the good or the bad in people because of the dire economic situation. So you see some scams. You watch TV and American greed. You see Ponzi schemes. You see elderly being, taken advantage of times by people who are unreputable, and it's our job. We try to be protective of our clients.
What was the lady that we went to and we surprised her with a much bigger check than she expected?
Oh, yes.
You remember
Susan,
that family?
Yeah, Susan
and when we took a video of it, and in fact, I believe it's going to be on the website.
Yeah, you can put it as a testimonial.
Right, and she nearly cried because she was not expecting such a big check.
No.
And I mean, if you look around her house, they have beautiful things. You can tell like they've lived a wonderful life.
Yeah.
To be able to see that joy that she got there when you told her, you deserve this.
Oh yeah.
And and like you said, you may think that I did this, but it really was God. There's a reason for that. And
right.
I mean, and her husband, and they just pretty much welcomed like we were, their own children. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of my whole week. That week.
It was beautiful experience,
awesome.
and
loved it.
It's nice to bring people good news. That's what the gospel is, good news, and we want to share the good news with our viewers and the people that are entrusting us to be of service to them. We do have compassion. We have advice. We care about people. It's not a bottom line business just for money, or we might be doing something else. I know your partner's a bit of a genius, only 18 years old, and done phenomenal success. So he will be part of our team, and I look forward to. Also, we have Glenn coming on board. So we're building a nice team, and we have, for those of people who are considering selling or who may need to sell, if they give me or Ari a call, we have buyers that are buying literally hundreds of homes. They're hedge fund money, they're paying cash, they're paying top dollar. They're very patient, they work with short sales. It's a beautiful thing for a seller to have a buyer that's ready in the wings, ready to step forward and bail them out if they need. It help them to sleep better knowing that there's a cash buyer.
That's right.
And a lot of times they'll rent back to the owner, so the owner doesn't even have to move, or let them stay for 3 months or 6 months. And so they want people in there to take care of them. So there's a lot of hope for people that need to sell or want to sell. We can almost assure you that we can sell your home within a week for more than you probably expect. And like Susan and Bob, it was one of the highlights of my week as well. I'm glad you. And then they showed us a nice restaurant at the Tomatoes Cafe.
That's right. That's right.
And they told us in the community. So nobody knows the neighborhood like the people who live in it. They know the restaurants, the schools, which way the sun comes up.
That's right.
They got bird feeders. They know what you know. They have the little music in their life, and when they're enjoying their lives and they're happy. It gives us a great deal of satisfaction, and that's our purpose, really, to satisfy our clients.
I don't know if I told you yesterday a lady named Linda gave me a call, and she said, well, I want to be in a certain area, but I want to be near this school.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, okay, give me a second, and I got online, and I looked up the school, looked up the address. She's like, oh, my God, you did all that? And I said, yeah. She's like, why? I've never known anybody do that. I said, well, listen, you're thinking about not only having a home, but also for your son. You wanted your son to go to a school that you could trust, and for me to be able to be a part of that, that's gold.
Oh yeah.
So I looked up the school, I sent it to her, then and then that's when we were able to geographically narrow down that area for her to be able to look only in that area. And when we sent the email, she called me and she said, this is, and she's like, I'm sorry for bothering you. I said, no, you're not bothering me. She said, I love the house, and I love this place, I love the garage. And I said, well, don't worry, because there's 9 others behind it.
Oh, yeah.
And she's like, oh, my, really? And I was like, yeah, we sent you, a bunch of them.
That's right.
And she was just so, in such a great mood that she called up her best friend, and now her best friend is interested as well.
Oh, that's
so,
nice.
and I think it's, by going that extra mile and by taking your time and caring, that's when you get that fulfillment.
That's right. And we're about quality more than quantity. Each individual, and that person just may be looking for a place to rent or a modestly priced home. We treat them the same as the people that are buying homes that are several million. Every human being deserves that. And Ari Roker, again, is a great addition to our team. I'd like to maybe share the cell number if they want to say hello.
Sure. Or, that's 702-556-6382. And it's Ari, A-R-I.
Ari Roker, R-O-K-E-R. And, or you can reach us anytime at Encore Commercial Realty at 579-3312. And for those who are maybe viewing from out of state, it's a 702 area code, 579-3312. We'll be working together. We'll be working with you and for you, and we look forward to serving your needs. I am honored and completely blessed to have you as a partner, and I look forward to great things happening together. Thank you. We'll see you all next week, 5 o'clock every Tuesday, Channel 17, Keen TV. We're here to help you. We love you. God bless you, and have a wonderful day.